Hello folks, welcome to a new stream. Hope you're doing well. Thank you Curtis for joining, what a nice young man you are, thank you very much for that. Charlie, I remember back in the day, man, I remember when you used to be one of our most dedicated watchers of that. You'll be happy to know that Blackcoats will be returning eventually. I'm currently working on something. It's kind of a tandem thing. So I started writing a brief outline of a fantasy world that I was going to build, right? Just a bog standard fantasy world, kind of like a stand-in for the old world, you know, but in my own way, making it in my own way. And eventually it started incorporating a few ideas from Blackcoats. And then I thought, maybe I can work this back and change it so that I can link Blackcoats to this. So this first setting is like a medieval fantasy setting that 1,000 years later becomes the setting that Blackcoats is set in. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we've been doing. So it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, Blackcoats will be back eventually. I'm hankering to write something like Blackcoats, so I think we'll get into it. Cheers, Ed. Thank you very much, man. Cheers, Havron. Yeah, so like the original... So the setting is called Calaban. So the entire setting is called Calaban. Not from the Dark Angels homeworld. It's actually a character from a Shakespeare play. Who is an agent of change. So I thought Calaban would be a really good name for the world. And that's what we've done. Essentially, it is a fantasy world taking place in a medieval time period, slightly before the Renaissance. The older and more further back you go in time, the more Japanese it becomes, because the first proto-civilization of this setting were actually Japanese. They were actually they look like and acted like feudal Japanese governments and armies and things. And the more modern things are, the more European they become. You know, they become like stone walls and glass windows and stuff, you know. And so, yeah, you got the bones of the world are one thing, and the actual world that we're living in is slightly different now. And yeah, it's essentially a setting in which we have nations of every type and stripe in there. Some you'll recognise as being like quite medieval. Some of them will be more Dishonored-like. If you've ever played the Dishonored games, there's a few, you know, almost like fallen empires from Stellaris kind of nations, you know what I mean? And all of that will eventually morph into, in 1,000 years, will morph into Blackcoats, that setting, and where that goes. So, thank you very much. Yeah, you're looking very... What's going on with you? Alright. Might have to buy you a hat. That looks fine. Oh, yeah, I will do. Cameron, Blackcoats is a RPG that we used to run on the channel. It's actually on the channel if you go and look for it. And it finished too. We actually got from start to finish, which is very rare for an online RPG, but we did. We completed it. We completed, I think it was 2 seasons. Essentially, imagine Peaky Blinders crossed with Lovecraftian horror, and crossed with Dishonored, and you've got pretty much what Blackcoats was and is, because it will be coming back eventually. Yeah, the one thing I like about Calaban is that the main fallen empire is called the Dominion, and that is an actual nation that is in Blackcoats too, and it starts in this setting, and it's very Dishonored-like. It's basically whale punk, you know, whereas everybody else is still in the medieval age, so they are a fallen kingdom. But magic and technology don't interact very well, Which means that the Dominion may be powerful, but they can't really raid anywhere else because everyone else uses magic. So, you know, sort of puts everything into perspective there. That's another thing, Cameron. We played a system that I made. I made a game system and we played in that. That all sounds very British. Yeah. Unapologetic in my Britishness. Nice. Peaky Blinders was good, Ed. Did you ever get to the point when you're watching it and it just seemed to like smell its own farts? Do you know what I mean? Like it'd be like, oh, we're so edgy. Oh, brilliant. You know what I mean? It sort of became like a satirical, you know? Yeah, that's true, Cameron. I did feel good about it, but I also felt like, you know, we did it for the channel, but I never made any money from it. I never sold it, which is why I finished Revenant. I actually finished another game called Revenant, and it's in the process of being illustrated right now, and it should be out as a buyable game on Amazon in August at some point. So that should be out pretty soon. Yeah, it did get pretty deranged. But most series do. Most series do. Folks, if you want to send me in some models, now is the time. Now is the time. hobbynightmares@gmail.com for any models that you want to send me. Please make sure that you're happy to have them critiqued and that they're ready to be critiqued because, you know, that's where we are. We will be playing Fallout London a bit later on. You can normally gauge what I'm going to start writing by the games that I'm playing. One thing I will say is that writing a setting like this, where you have Calaban that's going to turn into Blackcoats eventually, it's very intimidating. Because it is such a huge thing that you need to get right. Blades in the Dark is great. It's great, but it does suffer from that thing I don't like, in that it kind of tells you, hey, if you don't like these rules, make up your own. It's like, dude, no, I don't want to. I paid £45 for this book. Why don't you tell me what rules I need to play with, since that's your job and not mine? It really is the worst. I hate it when role-playing games do that. I actually have a channel recommendation for you all that I want you to go and support, apart from mine. I will get into that in a minute. It is to do with RPGs, tabletop RPGs. Alrighty, so the channel I want you to go and support, let me just have a little look here, is called... And these guys are really based. I really enjoy watching them. And they're actually very, very, very good at explaining what an RPG is, or Vampire the Masquerade, other games like that, do you know what I mean? I'm looking for... Oh, Black Lodge Games. Go and support them. Go and tell them I sent you. Because I'd love to get them on the channel at one stage to do like an interview or something. I'll put it in the chat. Black Lodge Games. Go and support these dudes. Very, very, very good channel. I do Positive Geekery. You will be in the video today. You will be in the video today. No, it's not Critical Role. It's the opposite of Critical Role. You've just sent Dante through. I've just got that. I've just got that. I will forward that to myself. There we go. I'm going to close it at past. So if your model isn't in by past, it will be on next week. Yep, Kelvin, that came through, mate. No problem. What do you think of the new battle forces? I'm gonna be completely honest. I've been out of the loop with 40k for a week because I've been saving it to research over the weekend. So, okay. Blood Surge, Army of Faith. Okay. Alright. Brood Surge, sorry. Yeah, these look pretty cool. These are pretty cool. And it is a saving. It just remember what I've always said. The Games Workshop are the ones who set the prices originally. So, you know, is it really a saving? A whole army in a box for 130 quid. Can't say better than that, though. I think that's a... Especially, I like the Custodians one. The Auric Champions. That is literally a full army in a box. That's worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like, a full army in a box, 130 quid. There you go. It's still bloody expensive for what it is compared to other hobbies. But not an entire army collection in a box for 130 quid. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't like the Sisters of Battle one. I think that's very flimsy. What you get in that box. That's very, very flimsy. Doesn't look like there's any troop choices in there. How can you have an army in a box without any troop choices? So you got a Canoness with Jump Pack, Zephyrim, Seraphim, and one Exorcist. Dude, that's stupid. Not for me. That's silly. The Genestealer Cult one's pretty good. 2 troop choices, a HQ, 2 vehicles, and some Genestealers. Mate, what else do you want? Like, you know what I mean? Very expensive, though. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, I know. Q&As, Ed. Normally I do them on the stream. I just do it on the stream. You know what I mean? I don't really do much else. I do it on a stream, and so I can get them out the way. And this way, instead of me doing a Q&A video every couple of months, I do a Q&A every week. So people get to see, you know, what's going on. The email address is hobbynightmares@gmail.com. Alrighty. I'm going to start now. Wonderful. Okay, so I want to get rid of these. So a young man sent me in pictures of his models and him and his girlfriend just to say, oh, this is us, hello, for his hobby nightmare. But I'm trying not to. I've got to delete all these before I do anything else. Ed says the guard Cadian Defence Force boxer's king. Let's have a look at this, shall we? I'm not seeing it. Cadian Imperial Guard Battle Force. Image coming soon. It doesn't even have an image. The hell? Are you talking about the combat patrol, Ed? That's the only one I'm finding. Cheers, Stark Eater. Cheers, man. Right, let's start this showcase, shall we? Alright, first image is from Will. Scum Goblin. Let's do this. My god, this is zoomed in. Jeez. Here he is. Very nice. Nice bone work there. Really nice bone work. I like that. That's a really nicely painted miniature. I can see that you do quite well with watercolours, don't you? These aren't very strong colours, but they all blend together quite nicely. We have the Commissar here. With a shot out eye. Look at that. Look at that shot out eye. I love that. That's great. That's great. I love the weathering on the coat too. That's badass. That is badass. Some more Skaven. Lovely stuff. What a beautiful looking model. Very nice. I love the way when people do warpstone properly. Really cool. Really, really cool. Alrighty, next up is only one image. Oh, is it two images? Two images, yeah, it is. Good. Okay. Alright. It's a chosen champion. Excellent, from Sam. Let's see where we are. Got chosen champion and the Dreadnought today, so that's cool. I think Sam was here last week, which is pretty cool. Dready McDread. If you want your models to look better on these, this is not for you, Sam. This is for everybody. But if you want your models to look better, make sure you send them to me in 1280 by 720, because that means that they're going to be in the correct resolution. I don't have to scale them down, so we don't lose any detail and stuff. But this looks brilliant. It needs a base doing, but yeah, I'm sure you're going to sort that out. Nicely done. Lovely old job. That sword looks very phallic. Not gonna lie there. I'm sure it's supposed to. But yeah. We are about to get into lovely stuff though. I like it. I love the light from the gun there though. That's cool. I love seeing new hobbyists. Well, not new hobbyists, but you know what I mean. Hobbyists who are intermediate painters trying really advanced techniques. Because most of the time, even if they don't quite pull off the way that a really good painter could, it still looks better. And this really does look better. Cool as, man. So, we're now getting into models that make me feel really inadequate. So, thank you for that. We have the Flame Drakes. Now. Now. I know this guy hasn't been converted very much from being a Stormcast Eternal. This from Dave Crozier. But this is also the... I love the flamer on his wrist, dude. Oh my god, that's cool. This is also the chapter master to my own chapter 2. Although mine has a sword and not a hammer. And a helmet, obviously. Bastian Carthalos is one of those really cool models that just screams chapter master. He just screams chapter. Literally, he's a chapter master. Go and get that model, and you know, there's a chapter master. Hi, Scum Goblin. Cheers, man. We just did your models, didn't we? I will post the link to the latest Discord down below in a moment. I can see there's a few people already. There we are. Let's carry on with the Fire Drake, shall we? Dude, what a beautiful paint job that is. Beautiful. Maybe you could do with some liquid talent. I'm thinking some liquid talent, some Null Oil, watered down a bit over the model. All that will do is it'll just take down the sharp edges of where you've painted it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So, like the Aquila on the chest, on the pauldrons where it's a bit hairy and a bit like the paint's gone a bit squiffy. It'll just tone that down and blend everything together nicely. Be very careful with it because I don't want you to ruin the model. But it looks amazing. I really like this model. Very nicely done. Freehand flames. Gotta love it. I love it when the average wargamer just styles. Just goes, right, I'm going to do some freehand flames, fuck it, and doing it. Very, very nicely done, dude. Very well done. Lovely set of mod. This is the kind of Space Marine army I'd love to play against. Absolutely, I would love to play against this army. A Space Marine army with a theme. Do you know what I mean? Love it. Alright, our next one's from Kelvin. He says, apologies for my messy desk. Okay. Oh, it's going to be an orc. It is, you know. Oh, he's done the goblin green base. Oh, you gotta love it. Good old goblin green base. Absolutely love it, man. Lovely. Do you know what? You know what the highlight of this model is? The squig. The squig's the best part of this model. And that's going to sound like a backhanded compliment. But I really like the orc. I think the orc looks terrific. Absolutely brilliant. Really nicely painted orc. But my eyes is drawn to that squig. You put so much effort into the details on top of it. That's brilliant. It's really, really good. Alright, we have Dante here. From Anton. Whoa, zoomed in. That's a zoomy picture. Does anybody remember when this model got leaked because they sent out the wrong one to somebody? I do. That was really funny. So, if any of you want to know why I always suggest painting in metallics, I present to you Exhibit A. Because I think Anton is a very good painter, from what I can see here. A very good painter. But I'm betting his talent as a painter, he will even tell you this was quite easy to paint for him. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, metallics, it is quite, not overly easy, but it's easy. It's easier if you've got any sort of talent as a painter at all. You can get your Dante to look something like this. It's why I always say to people, start with metallics. Don't go into matte colours. They're really difficult to do and to do well. Start with metallics if you're scared of painting, because give it a couple of years of hard work, or even if you're a good painter, 5 to 6 months of hard work, and you will have a model like this if you practice. This is a superlative Dante model that could be the centerpiece of anybody's army, right? And it catches the eye as soon as it's on the tabletop. Brilliant stuff. But the wider parts of this armor, like all the bronze pieces, relatively easy to do, right? That is 2 nice coats of bronze with Nuln Oil in the recesses, and then dry brushed a little bit in Stormhost Silver if you really want to make it pop, which is what he's done. And the actual genius of this, right? I'm not sure if this is if the parts that are lighter on the wrists are because of the light that's shining down on the model. If it is, That's brilliant, because it means that the light's being caught in the right places. If it isn't, that's also brilliant, because you're a really good painter. You are able to whiten up those bits so it looks like the light's hitting it in just the right place. A really good Dante model. That's probably my favourite one of the day so far. No offense to anybody else. People have done really good models today. But, yeah. We have Calvin's entire orc. Boys. Orcs are just fun. They're just fun. Do you know what I mean? Really nicely done. This is also the kind of army that I would absolutely look at and be like, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to enjoy this game. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just know, look, standing across from this, you know what it's going to do. It's going to hit you in the face. Really, really, really hard. But you can plan for that, and you can actually have a good game around it. Unlike somebody who brings, like, 5 Imperial Knights and goes, that's my army. And you're like, oh, okay. Guess you know. Alright, we have Cameron. That's cool. I love the swamp work, dude. The swamp work is great. Really well done. Looks fantastic. I love models that tell a story. And this model definitely tells a story. Do you know what I mean? Most definitely. Great stuff. You just know this guy's gone into the swamps and found himself a big lad and gone, right, go on me, big lad. And right, puts the harness on. That sounds really bad. You have Dark Angels. Ooh, I'm gonna like these. Very nice. Wow, it's the shield on his back. That's I've not tried that before. I need to try that. That's cool. That is cool. Not done, obviously. Work in progress. I understand. Some Azrael, of course. So we've gone on a bit of a journey with our next person. Because they started this model a while ago. And they kept sending it in through different weeks. You know, it's slowly getting there, slowly getting there. And I just have run. And we're going to end today with Havran's 7 pictures of his completed Commander Shrike. Now, oh, we have a short way to go here. There we go. Let's put that down there. Is the paint a bit thick? Yeah. Yeah. Is the edge highlighting a bit thick? Yeah. But this is an effort to do something really, really, really difficult that I can't do. So, you know. The idea of decloaking a marine, you know, in the process of decloaking is a sensational one to try and do. It is a really cool effect. I won't show all of these because it goes into, like, we go everywhere with these things. One thing I will say with the decloaking effect, it's almost like there's too much going on. But I think if you just tidied up the edge highlighting a little bit with, like, the darker colours to make the edge highlights a little bit smaller, you would have a remarkable model on your hands. Still looks good. Don't get me wrong. I have really enjoyed seeing the process of this model. Do you know what I mean? Model of the day, I think I'm going to give to the Dante model. I love that model. That was really, really good. But now, we'll do some Q&As, shall we? We'll do some Q&As. Because why not? These are taken from Patreon. If you have questions, Patreon's the place to put them. But I will also answer them from the chat when I'm done with Patreon. Or in between Patreon. We'll see. Alright. Question the first. What are your plans for the Let's Plays over on Northern Exile Gaming channel? I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Okay. In terms of plans... Well, I'm doing Dragon Age Origins right now. We've just finished Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So I'm going to do Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition. You know, back to back to back. But I think there's room for another Let's Play on there at the same time. So we're probably going to do Cyberpunk towards the middle/end of August. We'll probably do Cyberpunk. Because August is kind of the month that I just do Cyberpunk. I just enjoy it, so that's when I do it. So that's when we will do it. In terms of other videos over there, we'll do, you know, we do rants about gaming. Dude, like, gaming's one of my main hobbies, you know, even more so than Warhammer sometimes. So I do have a lot of opinions on it, a lot of rants that I like to go on. And the other cool thing about that channel is that, one, I'd love to be monetized, it'd be great. But number two, it's not yet, so I can say whatever I want. I can go and do and say whatever I want. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that right now, and being able to do a bit of rantage over there is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. What do you think about the Imperial Agents Codex? Shambolic, shit, nonsense. And again, I don't just say this because, you know, let's all pile in on Games Workshop. Dude, it's literally the lowest effort codex you could do. With no... And look at me, I do it from a lore standpoint, you right? Every single codex that's released has... What? Like, a few lines of new lore in it? That's it. The setting doesn't change. People say it does, it doesn't. It doesn't. Right? They changed the setting for the Ultramarines and a few Primarchs and Chaos. Everybody else stayed the exact same. You can't tell me that the setting moves forwards when the Eldar have been on a treadmill for the past 30 years. God knows what the Orcs, Tyranids, whatever, right? Everyone's been on a treadmill apart from the Imperium and Chaos for the last 30 years. So, yeah. And even now, the Imperial Agents, there's hardly any lore in it, dude. It's all stuff you can go and get for free on a wiki. What's the point? And you give the rules away for free, so why am I buying this book then? If you're giving away the rules for free, why would I want to buy this book? Just nonsense. Nonsense. Breadman says, have you ever tried Star Wars Legion? I haven't, but I've heard it's very, 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 very good. So I'm looking to eventually. And if I ever make myself a sci-fi setting and there was a war game in that, I'll probably use Star Wars Legion as a starting space for the rules that are in it, because they seem really, really cool. So I do have an announcement that we will get to in a second. That is... Let me just go to window capture. Seeing yourselves, hurrah! Say hello, everybody. You're on candid camera. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yes, this. This is an idea. That's all it is right now, is an idea. Alright? So don't be thinking that I'm going crazy here. I'm not jumping into this with both feet just yet. I've just had an idea. Alright? I'll read that out to you as we go through here. Okay? So, this is the Umbral Reach, the Northern Exile Channel's unofficial addition to the galaxy of Warhammer 40,000. The synopsis. The Umbral Reach is a sector within the Segmentum Obscurus. It is designed to be composed of many subsectors, as it is actually a large swathe of space within the Imperium Nihilus. The Umbral Reach surrounds the Umbral Coil that sits to its southern borders, a warp storm and breach so large that it actually borders and melds into the Great Rift beyond. The resources of the Umbral Reach are vast, housing planets filled to the brim with adamantium and other essential minerals. There are worlds within the Reach that have extremely high numbers of psychic blanks upon them, so much so that a few of these have been organised into noble houses and knightly houses, thanks to their need to protect themselves so that they may serve the wider Imperium when called. This is designed to be a narrative playground in which your own chapter, regiment, or wider army from any factions can be a part. You may create worlds, subsectors, and even small empires to be within the Umbral Reach. It is a place to house your own lore in its own corner and pocket, a place that is tangible because it is always changing and populated by the creations of others. It is a setting in which we can play Dark Heresy campaigns, Warhammer 40,000 battles, kill team events, and all other myriad of art and literature you can dream of if it pertains to Warhammer 40,000. The aim of the Umbral Reach is to be a compository of the best of our community. Even if you're not that great at writing, this is a place for you to practice and get better. Unlike other projects that we've tried to do over the years that needed things to be approved before being added, the Umbral Reach is, and always will be, open source and open for you to add your work to. We will have a World Anvil site and an official wiki You send your work into the official email. It is read by one of our world builders at a cursory glance, approved and added to the wiki and World Anvil. It really is that simple, right? That's my current idea. That's my current idea. Is that, and this is not something that I'm going to oversee day to day. I can't. I don't have the time, right? But it will be something that I'm more than happy to provide for the community if you guys want to police it yourselves. I'm more than happy to take a few people on as the world builders for this setting, and we can all add things to it, you know? Maybe even get like a galaxy map for it. Somewhere where you can put in your own writing. So a lot of people have written into me about knightly houses and even rogue trader dynasties and things like that. Well, imagine having a place in the galaxy where you can put that thing that you've been writing on, right, in, and it works. Do you know what I mean? Imagine that. Rather than having to make it all up yourself, saying, "Oh, you know, my Space Marine chapter's in this part of space." Wouldn't it be cool if you had a little garden area to yourself where you can go, "Oh, this is cool. I actually have boundaries here. I actually have things that I can do on my own with my friends." Right? We can have things in one part of the Umbral Reach, sorry, affecting things that are happening in another part of the Umbral Reach. Made for fans by fans. This is what I want this to be. If it's something that you'd really be into, email me. I think it'd be a cool idea. There are a few rules I'd like to follow, you know. We do not write anything depicting kids, furry content, or any other degenerate nonsense, of course. Number 2, we keep it 40k. That means grimdark. If you need me to explain how 40k feels as a setting, then you likely shouldn't be posting here, right? But I would welcome you to do so when you have a firm footing in our hobby. And number 3, respect the law. We have a sandbox in 40k that has certain rules and boundaries, and we do not break them. So, no self-insert lost Primarchs returning. All of our stories are epic, but self-contained within the Umbral Reach. Even if events from them could affect the entire galaxy eventually, we keep the involvement of actual mainline official characters to a minimum if we can. So those are the only rules. Aside from that, you can let your imagination run riot. The Umbral Reach sector is large enough to house hundreds of worlds and dozens of subsectors. So I invite you to write what you want when you want. If that's something you think would be cool, then hobbynightmares@gmail.com is the place to go. That is the email. Send in your ideas, and if you would like to be one of the world builders, of which I think we're going to do 3, if you'd like to be one of the world builders who reads people's submissions and uploads them to the World Anvil, right, and to the wiki, let me know, and we can get that sorted out for you. It's not going to take me very long, and I will also be adding to this too. I'll be writing in it as well, so I'll be just like you guys, you know. I may write like the central capital, maybe. I'll write the capital, and then we'll go from there. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, Scum Goblin, right? Say you've just finished writing your lore for your guard, and now you're like, where are they going to be in the galaxy? Or you read something within the Umbral Reach, and you're like, wow, that's a really cool idea. I'd like to be from that part of the Umbral Reach, so I can work that into my narrative. You can do, right? You just write it and send it in. And will grow organically. This thing's going to grow like an ink on parchment. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'll grow out from there to be its own thing. So we've got our own little pocket of Warhammer 40,000. So that's the narrative idea that I had the other day. I thought, why didn't we just do this ourselves? That'd be pretty cool. Doing like a hobby showcase too makes me kind of when people talk about the lore of the thing of the regiment or army, I'm always like, well, wouldn't it be really cool to have a place where you can put that in? Have a place where you can even put it on the galaxy map. And you say, oh well, where's the world you're talking about? Oh, it's in this subsector in this place. And oh, you've made a new subsector. Where is it? It's over there. Okay, cool. We'll put it in. It's on the galaxy map now. What's in that subsector? How many worlds are there? And we can do it like that. Or if you wanted to, we could even make it so there is no galaxy map, but we kind of around about know where things are. Do you know what I mean? I got banned from the Discord when there was a mass ban. Others were also because I was doing AI art. When was that? I don't remember them being a mass ban on the Discord. When was that? Kelvin Powell, cheers, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for your first contribution to the channel. What a nice man you are. Do you mean from our Discord, J-Vlog? Or are you talking from the Warmer 40k Discord because you're using AI art? I can imagine you getting banned from 40k Discord for doing that, to be honest with you. Unfortunately. Cheers, Kelvin. Cheers, man. I'm glad I'm helping. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. That's excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Dude, the world's rough. Like, it's not easy out here sometimes, Like, put it this way. Do you know what's really, terrifying? I'll get into that in a minute. Mid last year. Appeal it if you can, J-Vlog. That's all I can suggest. Have you tried appealing? We do hear them. If somebody comes back after a while and says, hey, can I be let back in? We normally do. So, It depends, too. If you were spamming the Discord with AI art, then I can see why you were banned. You know what I mean? But if you were doing one or two, then, yeah, just has to be let back in. Or have you tried joining? You might not have been banned. You might have just been, like, told to go away for a little while. Yeah, so the world at large, man, yeah, it is something really terrifying, right? Really, not a nice thought that I had the other day. And that is, like, things in my life are going pretty well. Like, I'm happy. Like, I'm spending time with my daughter. I've got a wonderful partner. We're doing really well. We're going hell for leather, right? We're having a good time. I get time to do my gaming and my writing, and I finished my first project, my first real project that's going to be published soon, so really, things are going well. It's really, really good. And still I have moments when I'm just like, do you know what? Like, oh, things aren't, I'm not feeling great today, And then I sit back and think, geez, can you imagine if things weren't going this well, how I'd feel? Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine if things weren't going that well, how I'd feel? And that's why I think, at that point, I'm really glad that the channel exists. I'm really, really glad that the channel exists, and that I get to do this. Because mental health fucking sucks, man. I really, really can't stress that enough. I'm having my first 40k game in a few days. I watched a few how to play videos, but how do you keep track of all those rules? I don't. I don't know. I don't. What you should do is when that Yorkshire tea turns up, sit down, have a nice glass, have a nice cup of Yorkshire tea, and forget all about it, son. Go and play yourself some one-page rules and have fun. I don't. That's my honest answer. You get things wrong all the time. You need to be borderline autistic in the way that you remember things to actually be any good at the game. To remember everybody, because remember, Noel, you're not just remembering your rules. You have to remember everybody else's rules, so you're not caught out constantly by things blowing up in your face, right? Yeah, just go and play one-page rules, man. Have fun. Just have fun. Your battle's over in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You played with a load of models that looked really cool on the tabletop. You had a load of fun. And you're ready for another game. 40k, 3 hours in, you're like, oh, we're at the bottom of turn 3. Oh, fuck off. Can you be bothered? And it really does grind my gears when tournament players come on the channel and they go, 3 turns in 3 hours? I do a full game in 3 hours. Yeah, because you're in a tournament, dude. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be quick. You're supposed to be good at the game. The average person, though, their game's going to take about 3 to 4 hours. Could you be arsed? Could you be arsed? Really? I couldn't. Honest to God. The quickest games I had was when I was working at Games Workshop, and I'd have games in the store, and I'd play against regulars, and our games would be over within 2 hours. But that's because I am at the cutting edge of the rules. I read them every day. I know every rule, right? I'm able to blast through a game. People really enjoyed playing me because I knew the rules. I knew most of the codexes. It was my job. Do you know what I mean? And we'd have a game in an hour, hour and a half. And I mean like a 1,500 point game, about an hour and 45 minutes. You know, with a break in the middle as well. You know, because I actually had to work, of course. You know. So you can play 40k very quickly. You just need to dedicate yourself to it like it's a fucking job. To learn all the rules. And that was in 8th edition. It's even worse now. Now, my advice, go play OPR, man. Have some fun. Play with your models. Alrighty. I'm thinking I do some Fallout. Apparently, so before I go anywhere with playing Fallout New London, apparently it's not working very well, as in it's quite hard to stream. So, you know, bear with me. Bear with me. Right, specific window, Fallout 4.
Nuclear explosions are caused by weapons such as H-bombs or atom bombs. They are like ordinary explosions, only many times more powerful. They cause great heat and blast. They also make a cloud of deadly dust, which falls slowly to the ground. This is what is called fallout.
Okay. So I'm just going to try and... There we go. So, I'm a big fan of what these guys have been doing. Let's have a little look-see, shall we, and see how it goes. I'm really hoping that in this game we don't have weapons disappearing up our arse. Do you know what I mean? You'll know what I mean when I get into the game. Get ready for Voldemort, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, he's in the game.
War. War never changes. Since the dawn of man, when tribes beat each other to death over necessities, the will to power has been the driving force of mankind. When the great fires of humanity's ambition ravaged the earth, it was not our doing, for the bloodiest chapter of human history had only begun. Britain was not spared the hellfire, and London, a monument to mankind's ambition, was returned to the state of nature. Those who emerged from the ashes did so from a network of underground bunkers known as Pindar stations. And so it was that the embers of civilization would ignite once again. Over a century later, through the military might of the Tommies, an aristocratic parliament continues to give orders. But few are still listening. In the Tower Hamlets, the fifth column rises. Training drums beat and uniforms march, all in the name of their dear leader, Eve Varney. Across the Thames, in the pastures of Richmond, a great army gathers strength. Styled on the Camelot nights of days past, they're headed once more unto the breach. For there are whispers of angels beneath this hallowed land, a curtain of illusion and intrigue, a puppeteer behind the scene. Only one thing is certain. Those who take the road to Westminster will be forever changed. Because in mankind's pursuit of power, there is no price too high, no life too valuable, and no ideal too sacred. Because war never changes.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Stand clear of the doors, please.
So, a very Fallout opening there. The one thing I want to mention before we get started is I think they went a bit overboard with the explanation of different factions in the opening scene. I think Fallout New Vegas does a much better job of explaining what's going on. What do you have in Fallout New Vegas? They tell you about the NCR, the Mojave Wasteland, and Caesar's Legion, right? That's it. And then they say, go, get started. What we have here is they're basically giving you the outline of every faction, which is too much information right now. Like the players trying to get ingratiated into the game. They're trying to just have fun. They're trying to be set loose, right? Rather than it all going crazy. So, you know, I just think Fallout New Vegas did it better. I understand what they've gone for here, but that was very fan-made. That's Voldemort. I love Voldemort. I love the fact that he's in the game. But I do think that opening salvo of information, there was a lot of exposition there. And it's an issue that most new writers make. Most new writers make that mistake. They overly they overly explain. They want to explain everything. They don't want to show you. They want to tell you because they're so excited about their world that they built that they're obsessed with. They really want to tell you what's going on. Whereas Fallout New Vegas, the start of that game, it just shows you. It shows you the three major things: the Wasteland, the NCR, Caesar's Legion. Done, right? And you're in the game. And other factions like the Boomers and, say, the Brotherhood of Steel, right? They're not in the opening cinematic. Why? It would be an overload of information. We don't need to know that right now. Did we really need to know about the Knights and all these other factions? No, I don't think we did. We needed to learn about the two main factions of this game, and then you start the game. But a nicely done movie, I think.
Subject has been performing adequately. No spikes in visuals. Nothing unusual.
Perfectly usual.
Quiet. Smythe will be pleased.
How are they in appearance?
Uncertain. Perhaps we should take a closer examination.
I quite like that. How are they in appearance? Uncertain. This is just North, innit? Right, mate. Love my team. Love my bird. Hate politics. Simple as. Do I do one that's quite realistic? Or do I just do one that's wacky? Well, I'm having a bloody moustache. I know that straight away. Before I even go anywhere. Do you know what? I like this guy. But, make him pale. Pasty. Nose type. How is that narrow? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I first started Fallout 4, I was like, what the fuck? How is this narrow? That ain't no narrow nose. SW? I mean, what the fuck? Okay. I mean, that's good. So we're going to go with extras. Wait. Face. Eyes. Colour. Blue haze. Ugh. Blue. Gotta go with blue. Right. Extras. Oh no, we've got to do facial hair. There we go. Right. Where's me? You can't play in Britain without having a bit of a muzzy. Quite right. Jesus, how many are there? Fucking hell. Moustache Daddy. Rogue operator, okay. Hollywood outdoorsman. No. The hair. The facial hair. Yeah, Hollywood Outdoorsman, but what about the colour of it? Do we not get hair yet? This is the thing with the Fallout 4 character creator. It's so fucking finicky trying to get what you want. Yeah, there's no hair thingy there. Damages. No, I won't do any of that. Body. Fine. There's gotta be. Facial hair, yeah. But what about the colour, dude? Like, what the fuck? I've got to have black hair? Like... Are you serious? Does anybody know what the hell is going on? Like, why do I have to have... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mm. No, you know, we're gonna go for the old-fashioned. Where is it? Where is it? Hollywood classic. Maybe could change the colour of it, like, but apparently I can't. So yeah. Graham von Carstein. I don't know, man. Email me. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. That's really... Ian. Sorry, Graham. Oh.
Excellent. A rapid progress is being made. And with zero anomaly.
Of course. Now, what about their physical and mental development?
Oh, okay. Of course, there's no Pit Boy because Vault-Tec isn't a thing over here. Right. Yep. The name is I don't like any of these. No, I don't like any of these.
Gentlemen, I trust everything is going well.
Tremendously so. In fact, it may be our best work yet.
Good. The subject looks ready for conditioning. Within a week or so, we can wrap up Phase 1.
Thank you, sir. I'll set Phase 1 on autopilot.
See that it's done.
Seems to be rousing a bit.
Not to worry. Let's put them back on.
I certainly can make it a bit louder.
Under.
Just as I make it louder, the explosion happens. Holy shit. Well, I'm immediately gonna wear all of his stuff. How do I do that? Ugh. They really want to play with this destruction mechanic, don't they? Ugh. Yeah, we're out. So I've taken all of his stuff, but I really want to dress like him, just in case anybody else tries to. There's the way out over there. Explosion was over here. Shit. Could do with a gun. Can't even open my inventory yet because I don't have a Pip-Boy. Hey! Bit of tea, son. Bit of tea. Like it. Like a tea tin. We'll have a bit of that. Thank you. Thank you. No sugar for me, thanks. No. Tea bag? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Do you know what? Taking a teapot as well. And a teacup. So, you know, the essential. I've now completed the game. So that was Fallout London. Thank you very much for watching. We found the tea. That's the end of that. Anything else that happens from now on is a bonus. T-shirt and slacks. GOG.com. I love how GOG just sort of stepped in and released the game. That was pretty cool. So we can't go this way. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. We can't go in there. Here he is. I'm not seeing anything, you know. Not seeing any way to get past here. Is there no sprint button? Yeah, there is. I might die here, but I'm going to try and get across. Ooh. Yep. All right. Aha! No, guys, I'm looking to get out of here, thanks. I'm not looking for you. Okay. There's me thinking that was a way out, and it's... No, it's the credits. Okay. They did do really well. So far, anyway. Oh, they killed all the... Oh. Turing computing. Rad shrews. Testing on the captured rad shrews is going well. Multiple have died, but the remaining ones are stronger than ever. I'm especially proud of the one we affectionately refer to as Big Dave. I am now going to move us on to the next stage of development, which will introduce more vitamins into their diet. We'll also simultaneously reduce their feed to see how they cope. I predict a lot of them will die, so we better get the nets ready to capture some more. Okay. Smythe should be content with the results. Progress has been made, and exciting new things have been discovered. Not only did the rad shrew surpass expectations, but some of the results correlated with our prize subject next door. Utterly fabulous to see it all coming together. Okay. A small carnivorous animal. Unlike the common shrew, which was insectivorous, its evolution along the food chain now permits it to hunt much larger prey. The rad shrew has tiny eyes and a large nose, giving it the keen sense of smell. Rad shrews shuffle through the undergrowth of for their prey and can be found in most habitats, but prefer dirt flooring, woodland and grassland. Active by day and night, they are very territorial and aggressive for their size and can sometimes be heard fighting. The high-pitched squeaks, particularly noticeable during the summer. Okay, well, I'm not gonna... Fuck. Fuck you. Fucking shrews. I thought it meant reset the door for me so I could get out, but no, it was the red shrews. Ah. Nice. Okay. I love that. That's cool. Very well made. On the other side of the fire.
Got no power. The bloody thing won't budge. You ain't nothing, Johnny. You won't use this on a fucking clock. Winston, you have a go. You got it, boss. Uh-huh. Yeah. No power. I can remove it from the main.
Can we try subtitles? Yeah.
Network. But what the fuck's that on the camera? Right outside, look. Ain't they one of the floors? I hope you the fuck. Just get us out of here. They'll have to find the wrong way.
Rerouting to emergency power.
Bloody bastards. How do I... Oh, wait. Ha ha ha! Chemistry station. Codfather? Okay. Looks like a morgue, this place.
Where are you going? I doubt you'll make it far, someone such as yourself. You were more useful as a lab rat.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
But alas, it seems I'm not long for this world. It's a shame, really. There was so much I wanted to do. Off you go, then.
System
Be
malfunction.
seeing you.
Emergency decontamination in effect.
He's remarkably calm for someone who's about to die.
Going up.
See you, Calvin. Have a good one, man. Okay.
You are quite the wayfarer, aren't you? Escaping all that hubbub. With all you've been through, I'm impressed. It seems I neglected to introduce myself. Very unprofessional of me. I'm Mr. Smythe. And you? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. Now, I'm sure you have many questions, and perhaps someday I'll answer them. But for now, wayfarer, let's not stand on parade. Since I'm all for giving one a sporting chance, I've unlocked the doors. Go. Stay safe, and remember, mind the gap.
Okay. Ooh. Dude, there is nothing like playing a new Fallout game, is there? The feeling of it. This is a better start than Bethesda do. I'm being serious. This is a better start than Bethesda's. This is insane. London Bridge Station. So, fun fact, I was actually born in London. I was born in Croydon, in South London. So, there you go. Little trivia about me. London's my hometown. Technically. I've lived there in the past. South London. Brixton. I lived. First load always takes a while, doesn't it? In the event of nuclear attack, take shelter in your nearest underground station. No weapons just yet. Right, 1 sec. I'm going to go for a quick loo break. Alright, I'm back. I'm hearing something not very nice in here. Oh, shit. Exit through the gift shop. You fucking asshole. I will eat the tea. Oh, I don't want to. That's cool. Trafalgar Square now permanently marked. Is this the gift shop? I can't get over that. That's where we came through, wasn't it? Yeah. Wait, that just had the shard, did it not? Let's have a little look. Maybe you need to go through the shard. I don't know. Cake shop. Okay, they do have signs then. Cake shop, mutts. Boots. Boots, it's supposed to be. Ukia Systems. Exit through the gift shop. Oh, can I drink out of these? I can. Alright, let's go to the shard, shall we? I'm not a huge fan of London myself. You seem to be able to spend upwards of £50 in London just by walking through the bloody thing. Oh, right. That's where we came from. Right. So the shard is where the where Angel is. Right. So I thought Angel would be at Angel Station, which is an actual station in London. Just, you know. Missed narrative opportunity there. Electronics. Ferguson pub. Ticket. Wonder if we can. No. What unfortunate. Cherry Bakewells. Come on, son. Oh, you make me hungry, man. Cherry Bakewells. Come on. Don't get any better than that. This is where we came from. Find a way out. So they don't tell you where to go. Okay. Well, maybe they should. At the very start of the game, maybe they should tell you where to go. Just to get you started. I did see exit through the gift shop, but I'm not seeing a gift shop. I'm seeing cake shops. Take all that shit. Where did we see that exit through the gift shop sign? Came up this way, ran this way. Okay. I'm checking each shop to check if it's the gift shop or not. Pub, obviously, not the gift shop. There's got to be a way to just climb over. I mean... There's no way over. Out of order. This is what I mean with some mods, right? It's made by talented people, but not game designers. Do you know what I'm saying? A game designer would be like, right, okay, we're at the start of the game. I understand we want them to find things on their own. You know, we should train them to do that, no problem. But at the start of the game, we want to get them into the open world. We want to do a nice tailored experience at the start, so that we show what's really cool about the world, then we set them loose in it, right? That's the whole point. What we don't do is just do things like this. We'll say, find a way out, okay? All the signs point to dead ends. Right, okay. You know, don't treat the start of your game like an immersive sim, because it's not going to work. Like it's just not going to work. Like my immersion's already starting to fall apart here with frustration of just going, well, what the fuck? There is no... We can't use these. Cannot be opened. I just did... Dude, I've been doing that all... I was just doing that for the past like 5 minutes. Do you not just see me before when I picked up that I picked up the ticket from over there, and the first thing I did was run over here and try and press that, and it didn't let me. Crazy. Okay. Stop that. Come jumping at me, will you? Bloody bastards. Right, we're out. So what, the loading times are a bit meaty, aren't they?
Mind the gap. Doors closing.
Wow.
This is the London Overground service for Bromley. This train service terminates at Bromley.
Canary Wharf.
You can expect delays and revisions to the timetables of this train service due to leaves on the track.
Leaves on the track. Yeah. Typical British, not very dependable train service. Oh, instant crash. First one so far. Do you know what? We'll come back to it, but let's just have a little chat, shall we, rather than doing anything else. It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to call it there. Had a good one. Another good one. I love you all long time. Come back tomorrow for some more Hobby Nightmares. Tomorrow's Hobby Nightmare, let's do a quick look at what it is. Tomorrow's Hobby Nightmares is 40k role-playing weirdo falls foul of the Inquisition. That was a really fun read this morning. I really did enjoy reading that one. It was really funny. So, I will see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And have a good one. Bye now.